So today we are predicting what will be on the coming ban list, or maybe what's coming off the coming ban list. So first of all, I think Hulk is getting banned. I think everyone has had their fun with Hulk now, and they want to sell Sprite and Tier, and Sprite kinda runs Hulk, but you know, most decks, I guess you make Brave Sprite much worse without it. But it is what it is. I think Hulk is gonna be banned. They've got the money out of this card. It's been too good, too playable for too long, and so it's bye-bye Hulk. I think that's what's happening. Another card I think that's being banned is, drum roll please, Mystic Mine. Hooray! I think Mystic Mine is goodbye. The reason is, it's now been like what, one YCS, and then the American Nationals, and now the European Nationals, completely annihilated by this one card. Now a lot of people say like, oh no, Mystic Mine is not a problem, you just main deck spell and trap removal, that's all. Bro, if you need to make your deck worse against every deck out there just for it to not die to like a super searchable field spell, good luck. You know where all the people are with their main deck Mystic Mine outs? They're not in top cut. You know, I literally saw a thread earlier on Facebook where people were like, these guys in top cut losing to Mystic Mine, clearly bad deck building. No. What's bad deck building is playing 5 Mystic Mine outs that aren't part of your engine, and then you lose to everything that isn't Mystic Mine. That's bad deck building, and that's why you don't see those decks in the top cut. So if you need to make your deck shit to not lose to this, but then lose to everything else, or make your deck shit into this and, you know, just auto lose to this while beating everything else, that's just bad game design. That's not bad deck building. So Mystic Mine completely annihilating everything to a point where people are now ironically clapping, just sarcastically cheering whenever this card comes on stream is insane. Do not assume that this is people actually enjoying this card. This is people enjoying the fact that it's one step closer to being banned. So Mystic Mine, I think, will be banned. I do not think Konami can handle the awful viewing experience of Mystic Mine winning every finals anymore. So I think it's time. It is gonna go. OCG already did it anyway. So yeah, Mystic Mine to 0. Not to 1. I see some people go, oh, put it to 1. Bro, do you know how many fucking searchers there are for this card? Every single deck that has a terraforming in there is already running at 1. And then some people are like, oh, I'll add Demise of the Land and Metaverse. Bro, no. 1 just makes it another Saki one-off that just happens to be more searchable than the rest. So this isn't happening. This thing is going to 0. Oh, and then finally, whoa, one more argument. People are going, oh, but this makes my rogue deck better. Yeah, but you know what else it makes better? The meta decks. The meta decks are playing it anyway. We saw Joshua Schmidt topping with what Sprite with Mine, and then people are saying, oh, but you can just play an out in your main deck. It's not about one out. It's about enough outs to instantly see it. And if you then instantly see it, too bad, because he went into Beat Cop, putting a fucking patrol counter on it, and now it doesn't die anyway. So it's time for this card to go. Just like this card here, we are getting rid of Artifact Sight. It's been long enough. Sight lock is insane. Sometimes it's not relevant, but we still saw a bunch of people playing Sanctum in their side deck together with this. So it's like, oh, I went first and I saw this. Better have red reboot, or otherwise I auto win right here and now. It's just too much. Even if your deck isn't sight locking, you still have an auto win card being sided in going first. It's just so sacky and ridiculous. It shouldn't be in the game. There's also people playing Prosperity, so you can have like 1 billion copies of it basically. Yeah, it's not the way to go. It should probably just be gonzo. We don't need these ridiculous win cons. Some people again will say, oh, this makes my rogue deck better, but bro, it also makes meta decks just better against your rogue deck. Just give it up. Let all these crutches go. Let's make the game, you know, more enjoyable for everyone. Now for bans, I do not think they will go further than this, even though I do think that they should go further. I think we should just get rid of every floodgate. That's right. Peekaboo, fuck off. Gozen, fuck off. Rivalry, fuck off. Skill drain, fuck off. Anti-spell, fuck off. Heck, you can get rid of Droll for all I care. Anything that just grinds the game to a halt should go. That doesn't mean I don't like control decks. I'm actually perfectly fine with Eldritch existing. I'm perfectly fine with Striker existing, but just don't have these crutch cards that you can put into literally anything that then just stop the game from being played. Now, of course, I don't think they will do that. I don't think this will be the list where we see every trap deck under the sun that has a little infinity symbol on it being gone. I think these 3, however, are a really good start for bans. Now, other hits, I'm actually not so sure of, because I do not think they're gonna hit Sword Soul and Flu yet. At first I thought so, because Sword Soul and Flu have had their day in the sun, let's say, and it's time for them to start selling Sprite and Tier even more, but it's possible that they're in the tins, so they probably have like one more format in them of use, purely because they want to sell the tins, then after that they will be gone. So for that reason, I do not think that that is getting hit at all. However, what is getting hit, in my opinion, is this card right here. Rite of Eremesir. Do we have a big scan? Yeah, there we go, a big scan. Rite of Eremesir and Water Enchantress. I think both of them are going to 2. Basically the same slap on the wrist as we saw in OCG, just to make the amount of payoff for the amount of bricks a little smaller. Because right now, like, you have 6 or 7 cards that are activating Brave, and you basically have 1 awful card to draw and 2 okay cards to draw in that engine. However, if you make it 4 or 5 versus 2 okay and 1 awful, you know, that payoff gets slightly worse. Now, of course, will people still play it? Yes, but it will become less and less interesting. And then finally, at one point, I think we'll go to like 1 Rite, 1 Water Enchantress, at which point the payoff is just not worth it at all anymore. And then you will be forced into playing like Small World to find the Water Enchantress consistently. And at that point, it'll be truly decks that, you know, rely on activating it in order to, you know, in order to play this engine. I think it'll be comparable to Striker to a point where then gradually they'll start releasing these cards again, but by then they'll be power creeped to a point where they are no longer that relevant. That's where I see these cards going, but so for now, I don't think a ban is coming. I think they'll just be at 2 each or so. Maybe 1 each if they dare to go a bit faster than they did in the OCG. Next, let's say comebacks. What can come back? I think this little cutie right here is making his comeback. Where do we have a big scan? Big scan? No big scan? Okay, Danger Chukinoko right here. I think Danger Chukinoko and Jackalope are both coming back to 2. And the reason they are coming back to 2 is because we are getting the Dark World structure deck. And what works great with Dark Worlds? What did we see do really well with Dark Worlds in 2018? It wasn't because of the Dark Worlds, of course, they were just engines together, but it's Dangers. Dangers make Dark World a bit more smoother, a bit more streamlined. And so if they want to sell that structure deck, they will want to ensure that you can pretty reliably slam those engines together. And so I think in the structure deck, we might even see, you know, maybe a Danger Chukinoko or a Jackalope in there. I don't know, maybe they might, you know, swap out some cards from OCG or something like that. I don't really remember the list, but overall, regardless of anything else, I think they will bring back the 2 Dangers to 2. They've already brought back Nessie gradually. Remember how they were all hit at first? So I think this is just, you know, the next step in line, whilst also helping the structure deck be sold more easily. Harp Horror back, please. I don't think that's happening, even though Orcus is pretty cool to me. Now, another card that is probably coming back to 3 is Fusion Destiny. And the reason is Verte is gone. So people are no longer playing the Celestial Dasher package, meaning, you know, are you going to play the 3 broken cards for the 2 bricks? Some people will say yes, but overall you're just helping, you know, the hero deck get a bit better. And again, without Verte, people aren't splashing this package anyway. Also, we just got the Starlight DPE in Power of the Elements, so this would also help that a bit out as well. So I could see this just coming back to 3. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next, here's Copium Hopium. What if they brought back a Floodgate? That's right. Thunder Dragon Colossus. First, you see me talk about all the floodgates, even mentioning Droll between them. And here is me saying, what if they brought back Colossus, you know? I think it could happen. You know, maybe if they hit Toad at one point, they can bring back Colossus. And now we have other Thunder payoff in the Sprite deck. I mean, you still have to activate something in hand for it, but you know, it could happen. Copium. I don't think they're gonna hit Sword Soul or Flu yet. Like I thought at first, but is there any broken extra deck? Vanity's Fiend? No, Drytron didn't win that much anymore. Super Poly and Instant Fusion? No. They're not gonna hit Super Poly and Instant Fusion yet because they gotta sell tiers. Again, you gotta think of the way this works. A new thing comes out, they gotta sell it. Now, they sold it to distributors already. I know. People will say they made their money. But the thing is, if you teach a distributor that every time something powerful comes out, you instantly hit it and the company will hurt your sales, the distributor will just start buying less of sets. Now, currently, that's not the case. Currently, they're being taught, hey, your sets will sell because we will sell them for you with this ban list. So there's no way they will hit the fusion stuff already when tier just came out. And we even have the Ishizu cards coming out, which are so powerful because of tier. So they really don't want to hit tier just yet, I think. Also, Garura just came out, so like, why would they hit Super Poly already? I don't know. Maybe Instant Fusion is too good of a one card I win button, but I wouldn't hold my breath just yet. Oh yeah, some people are talking about Totally Awesome. I do not think Totally Awesome is going to be hit yet. Remember, OCG had their fun with Sprite already. We didn't yet. So you could say like, oh, but they hit Sprite and OCG, we can see it too. Yeah, but they had their mons. We first need our mons. But I do think the next list, they will hit Toad already. I think next list, they're already going to start gutting Sprite a little bit. But then after that, Sprite gets the new link too, and then they get a bit better anyway. I really can't see most of the extra deck monsters getting back for a while while and some of them should never come back. Yes, but Colossus should come back. I can't say it with a straight face, but I actually think they could do it at one point. It would also put the Dark World deck in check, though. So no, they won't bring it back. They're not gonna do that when Dark World is coming. Yeah, you've convinced me. Not with your argument, but just with making me think of my own argument. Yeah, this isn't coming back. You're right. Dark World needs to be sold. So is that it? Is that all that's gonna be banned? I think so. I think the ban list will be small, sweet, and impactful. What about Electromite? Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, final prediction. We are going to get back every single good pendulum card. Why? Because we gotta sell Draco Slayers, baby. We already got a pendulum, Beyond the Pendulum, whatever that chick. Was it in Difo or in Power? No, in Difo. I think they will bring some other pendulum goodness back like they did last list, just because they really want us to play that new pendulum stuff coming out. We get new pendulum stuff in Tactical Masters, and then even more later on. So yes, this time Electromite is also coming. Any chance we will ever see the Ipsingro Nightmare Mermaid coming back? I don't think we're getting Nightmare Mermaid back. I don't think so. But yeah, that is basically my ban list prediction. Hope you found this interesting. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know why I'm a huge idiot or why I'm a massive genius. And I will see you soon. Ciao.